affirming for her. She wrote back, she said, does it help if you're aware when you're depressed? I'm sorry to laugh. I wrote back and I said, that's the point. Shame, she's having a hard time still. Those trainees are so difficult, man.
Mm-hmm.
But, oh, this is what I want to celebrate. Sorry. On top of that, was that Bruce gave her a fretless bass for her graduation eventually. I mean, she graduated 2 years ago, but we never could settle on anything to give her. And the thing about it, the importance of this is that this kid is really talented, like most of these kids are, in either visual arts or music. And none of them really managed to kind of, in a way, make a go of it. And she has, with her art in her degree, she did. But she really, so when she was 9, she was playing the piano and singing at the same time, doing stuff that wasn't, I mean, she wasn't a virtuoso, but it was complex enough. And at 9, to be able to play an instrument and sing and have perfect pitch and really amazing rhythm, that's an accomplishment. And somehow that all got lost along the way. Anyway, so we were so thrilled because we bought this for her and she was very excited and we didn't know what she was going to do with it. And that was, we gave it to her 3 weeks ago. She's already had 2 lessons, which she organized completely on her own with one of Bruce's musician friends who offered. And then last night, he had a gig and she pitched up with a whole bunch of friends. And at the end of the evening, she said to him, this music feeds my soul. This is where my home is. And I was so happy for her. So, so happy. Because she's had this really difficult relationship with her father being so talented. And his personality for her when she was growing up was really hard. And the dynamic between myself and her dad was not good. And, you know, that she could go and that she's been able to go kind of back full circle in a way to that. It was so wonderful for me to hear. So that's what I'm celebrating.
Yielding in that too.
Yeah.
Yielding for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll do fine if she can go and explore and have fun in that music. She'll do fine.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank you, guys.
Allison.
Mm.
Music to the ears, Allison.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go, Jenny. There you go. I was so excited to tell you also because of your music and what it's meant for you.
Yes, I think we all have a song in our hearts.
We do. We absolutely do.
And our journey is just to start singing it. No matter
Ha.
if it's in on key, off key, key of F demolished, doesn't matter.
And some put it together in businesses, yeah, and offers and help and
That's right.
emission reductions, more oil.
And some do it with food.
Yes.
The spice of pepperoni.
Yeah.
With jalapenos.
And others do it with numbers.
Mhm.
Some do it with metal.
Yes. You can do beautiful things with metalwork.
Welding indissolubly the links of affection.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's all pretty figurative, actually. To me, just reminded of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie A Star Is Born has actually been made 3 times. And I think it was on Broadway too. But this latest version with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so Bradley Cooper's the musician that ends up kind of being the mentor in the scene. And after a lot of crazy stuff happens, he finally gets the Lady Gaga character to one of his concerts. And in between then and the beginning, he discovers that she's an amazing singer and also a songwriter. So he finally gets her to this concert because he wants her to sing, or he wants to invite her to sing with him. And he goes up to her and says, I put together a real crappy rendition or a crappy arrangement of your song, and I want you to sing it with me. And she looks at him and says, no, I can't. I just can't. And then he turns and it's time to sing the song. So he turns and says, I'm going to sing this song with you or without you. And it's not really sure how the resistance breaks, but she has her breakthrough and she comes out and actually sings with him. But just before he says that, I'm going to sing it with or without you, he says, all you got to do is trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, the song was a hell of a lot better with her.
Inviting genius.
Yeah, exactly. So as you were talking earlier about something to celebrate, I've just worked with a lot of people this week, and I've just observed how surprising to me certain people are just really hanging on for dear life, like having a real difficulty letting go. So in reflection for me, I want to celebrate that tiny, tiny little crack in the armor of my heart.
Mm.
That was the beginning of breakthrough for me.
That's a big celebration.
Yeah, and how miraculous that is and was and continues to be for me.
Thank you, Craig. You were saying that the line in the movie was, all you have to do is trust me.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, well, what is that a metaphor? What does that mean? And it really means that it's an inside job. All we have to do is trust ourselves. Trust me.
Yeah.
And sometimes you borrow that trust, Jenny, just for that little.
Right. Bob Proctor would say that if you don't believe in yourself, borrow my belief in you.
Yeah, that's the bridge.
Yeah.
Right, that's the bridge.
That was a warm meal.
Yes.
Just a crack.
Just a tiny little crack.
Yep.
All it takes. Light, water, amazing what that can get into.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just thinking, imagine what it's like when you get to that point where when you get a heartache, you actually celebrate because you know that there's going to be something really amazing at the other side of it. And I didn't swear, Jenny.
Whew.
Oh, come on.
No judgment. No judgment there, Alison.
I just felt
And
ripped off.
It's a free speech. Free speech.
Thanks, Craig.
Oh,
I was so proud of
Morning.
myself.
I love your expletives.
yeah.
The beauty
Allison.
of the beauty of restraint.
beauty of
Yes. Oh, isn't that true? Mhm. Yeah.
Good morning, Nikki.
Good morning. I came a little late in the sense of 8 minutes. Yeah. So it's so funny that I'm hearing all this. Not that funny. I'm very synced. I know what's happening, but it's like, yeah, talk about the heart. I actually was a little late because I was dancing to Heartbeat Song of Kelly Carsken. I don't know if you know her. It's
Oh,
Piece
yeah.
by Piece. It's a beautiful album. She's really a incredible writer, singer, and
Is that Kelly
yes,
Clarkson?
yeah, Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was the
Clarkson,
first
yeah.
winner on American Idol.
That's right. She's a winner, baby. And
Yeah.
I was actually like, yeah. So I was rooting for her. I wanted her to win. But yeah, this is the song I danced to. It's Heartbeat Song. Heartbeat Song. It's absolutely amazing. And I got to celebrate my heart this morning. I really got to celebrate my heart, and that I can get into the heart and be in the space and get to feel and just know all and everything of, where I want to be. So yeah, it's really very exciting place to be.
It's a good thing to celebrate.
Yeah. Lots to
Nikki.
celebrate. Hey, morning. Thank you.
Can I celebrate something on your behalf?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because today Nikki is celebrating the power of restraint. Isn't that
And it's-
right?
Oh, that's so yeah, it's this
The realization that instead of throwing your voice into the ring,
oh,
you can
Jesus.
just sit back and throw your energy in instead.
Oh,
and
God,
allow
thank
it to
you.
speak on your behalf
Mm,
into the space.
mm.
Isn't that right, Nikki?
Oh, so 100% right. You know, it's very new. It's a very new experience for me.
Yeah.
Obviously I've asked for this. I had a lot of resistance this morning too, you know, coming up. I
Yeah.
had a lot of resistance to that. It came up very, very strong. And I had to really have a conversation with myself again in saying, no, that's not what I'm feeling. This is not what I want to feel, you know? And that's where I am so grateful that I can get into the feeling now of knowing when I'm charged and when I'm in, when I'm basically in my mind and when I'm in my spirit.
That's huge.
Yes. Good morning,
It's-
Tina. I haven't met you. Welcome,
Hi.
Tina.
Hey, Tina.
Sorry, I forgot the time again, and I was like, oh shit, I'll come and join you. Sorry, folks, but I'm here now.
It's 1 o'clock.
Tina.
It's 1 o'clock. Time to
And
join.
I'm sorry I didn't join you yesterday. I took myself on a 10-mile walk, and it was needed. So,
Oh, that sounds divine. Tina, welcome.
hello anyway.
I'm Alison, and I'm going to have to say hi and bye for this morning. I will see you
Okay.
on the weekend again.
I will as well. Tina and
Thank
Ginny,
you.
nice to meet you.
Hi and bye.
I have another appointment at the bottom of the hour, so I'm going to head upstairs. But it was nice to see everyone. Have a great day.
Have a great day, you guys.
Yeah,
Bye,
big love,
ladies.
Ginny. Big
Much
love,
love.
Allison.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for the beginning of my day.
Oh. Oh.
Hi, Tina.
Hello.
It's perfect. You
I
can
just have
pop in
to,
anytime
yeah,
and
I
pop
just have
out
to-
whenever you need.
Well, I've come to say thank you so much for the other day. I feel so much better. Even just after you know, being with y'all made a huge difference. I've got a long way to go, but I just wanted to let you all know. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad you're better. I hear the giggles. I feel the laughter. I feel the joy that's got cracks that's breaking through.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, and it kind of just enforced it yesterday because, as I say, I've been stuck in this room for about 3 days, as you know, with the depression and all the guff. And it was crazy weather here yesterday. We've had snow and God knows what. It was just terrible. But the place where I live is just stunning, and I made myself go. And I just kept walking and walking and walking, and then I found this gorgeous tree, another tree, and sat with it, and it was just phenomenal. It was, and then I came across a message board right in the middle of nowhere that had things like, you know, keep going, you're worthy, things like that. It was really sweet. So you know, you gave me lots to think about the day before, and yesterday just kind of enforced it for me. So yeah, I've got a bit of an action plan. I'm still wobbly. I'm not out of the woods, but I've got some tools now. So thank you.
Yeah,
And if
great
I can help
celebration.
anyone, I'll do that too, if I can.
You are. You are.
So I'm breathing. So thank you, folks.
Mm. The theme has kind of been celebrating today.
Ah,
And Allison was yielding, like yielding to the old patterns. You know, and when we yield, it's like a pause, and then it's like we can, then whatever we want can fill it in. we can direct it and guide it in. And I just celebrate structure. Oh, the knowledge of structure. Creative structure, because man, without it, I just see how we can be lost.
Yeah, that makes sense. Structure's good, needed sometimes. And I think you forget, don't you? You just get pulled into so much stuff and life that you forget that. I think for me, getting back to basics sometimes when you feel out of control or overwhelmed, and just doing what you feel, what feels familiar, or getting back to those roots is a massive thing that's come out for me. So I totally agree with you there about structure. Yeah.
The giggle.
I
There's
know,
no resistance. There's no resistance in a giggle.
because you were all right. I kind of already bloody knew really what I needed to do, but all the reminders were there. And especially on that walk yesterday, do you know what I mean? It was everywhere I looked. It was like, okay, I get it.
I'm looking for it. There it
Yeah,
is. I'm
there
looking
it
for it. There it
goes.
is.
In the
Stop
most
telling me.
obscure places. Yes, it was just nice to have those reminders. You know, it's stuff that I already know, and I think that's it, isn't it? When you're in a good place, you kind of already know what to do and what you should be doing. It's when you lose sight of all of that, isn't it? And then you kind of can't see the wood for the trees. So I'm with you there, Jess. It's like, you know, the structure side, definitely. It's just, there's nothing to say that you can't lay some foundations again and build on things and try new things. And, you know, the structure is what's needed right now, definitely for us too, anyway. And in general, as a rule of thumb, you know, and it's cool. But yeah, it was amazing. Nature's just wonderful to remind you anyway. Got a funny way of showing you, but it all made sense. And I was freezing my nuts off, but my goodness, it was so refreshing. It really was. Sorry, I'm a bit blunt. Typical Mancunian lass. But yeah,
That's
anyway.
yielding to your pattern. Yeah, that was yielding to it. And the structure that I always am listening for is people tell us either what they want, and it's probably 5% of the time. And 95% they're telling us why they can't have it. That is the structure that everyone they're in one of those two places.
Well, you guys certainly helped nudge me on that. You know, I'm glad I reached out now, even though, you know, as a rule of thumb, it's not my nature, but I'm learning to do just that. And you've all just benefited me so much. And I mean that sincerely. And that's it. I think it's just, as Joe would say, holding the space, which I'm not used to. I'm not used to somebody having what to do with it, to be honest with you. It's the weirdest thing. It used to be the one giving all the time, and you do forget yourself. Of course you do. So anyway, that's my little 2 pennies worth.
I scooped them up.
Tina, as you're describing your walk in the snow,
Yeah.
I just feel that you're walking in the snow and you kind of realize that you're hanging on to some things. And as you start to lose your grip or loosen your grip a little bit, every once in a while you giggle.
Yeah.
Which is a signal of release of sorts, right?
Yeah. That's been mentioned before, actually, Craig. Well observed. well observed, because especially when I've been in counselling sessions, they
Yeah.
have noticed that if I'm sharing something uncomfortable or I'm not sure of, well, actually, I've been not accused, but I think the words in the past that have come up have been. I describe myself sometimes as a tears of a clown when there's no one around. And then when
Mhm.
someone does make the effort to notice, I don't know what to do with that. It's like I try and deflect or take the attention off me, even though I want to be asked and I want somebody to hold that space or whatever, because I'm not used to it. I don't know what to do with it. So I do. Somebody did notice that I did used to giggle. It was almost like a nervous giggle, maybe. I'm not sure. It's still something that I'm learning about. I'm doing it now, but hey ho. So yeah, well observed.
And felt, I felt that energy of your walk
Mm. Oh, it was amazing. That,
and
especially that tree
your
that I
description
found.
of it. So yeah.
I just kept walking, I think, till I was too tired to walk anymore.
Yeah.
And it was more about my mind than my body. It was more, I just needed to walk all that shit out. Excuse my
Yeah.
French.
Yeah. And allowing it to complete.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
this tree was winking at me. I passed it
Yeah.
the first time, and then on the way back, it was like I've stopped again and it was winking at me, and I'm like, I'll get you again. And then it winked at me some more, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to cross this muddy field and I'm going to go to that bloody tree and I'm going to see what it has to say. And I sat under it, and it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. I was
Yeah.
freezing my ass off, like I said, but it was amazing. So yeah,
Mm.
very liberating.
Mm. Thank you for your heart.
You're welcome.
Yeah. In this space we're in right now, it's the energy in it is encouragement and momentum.
Yeah.
And it's all of that's shared. Which is really the power of it. It's generated by all of us who are here. And even if we're not here, we project our energy into it. It's influential energy.
Pascal and his new situations, his new addition, his boy, just being dad. Mona, just people that come in and come out, come in and come out. Annette. And the power of the silence. Because everything, nothing, and something is taking place. Tina, do you have a word today? Let me rephrase. I'll invite you to share a word for you if you choose.
Sorry, Hope. I was talking away there, and I'm on. I was on. I must have.
I got you
Am I doing
now.
this right? Have you
I
got me
got you
right?
now. I got you now.
Hope. There's my
So
word.
yes,
Sorry,
you
Hope.
were on mute. You were on mute as you were talking.
Thinking, wow, you know. Yeah. Oh dear. Right. Yeah, hope. That's my word for today.
Mm.
Nice to have some back.
I had a laser beam. I had laser beam focus as like in the silence as you were speaking that, I guess on mute. It was like, oh, just laser. I was like, oh, interesting. Laser focused. It's like, oh, wow. Hope. Love it. Just the ray of that energy, just the beam of hope. Wow.
Mm.
That was a lot of what we were celebrating today was hope. Yeah. A lot of stories celebrating hope. Beautiful.
That's
What a
good.
great word. What a great word. Thank you for fullness in that.
There's a nice shift in that there somewhere as well, isn't there? I think this is something everybody's needing right now.
Oh God, yes.
It's very much needed right now. Certainly the people around me as well, and the people that I'm helping, you know, we've shared as a group that we've all got stories, we've all got stuff, and our families and friends and extended people and stuff, we've all got them, and it's just, yeah, there's a small change, and with that little small change, there's a hope. There's always hope. And if I hadn't gone and hugged my tree yesterday, I probably wouldn't have come back with that one. Because if you'd have asked me that 3 days ago, it wouldn't have been a word I gave. But like you said, what happens when you breathe? It's amazing what it brings to be able to breathe.
Mine's margarita season, so.
Hey, go on. Hope at the bottom of the bottle.
Olay already.
Mine will be gin season.
Yeah.
Gin tea.
Well, Margarita is is a wife's name, and I saw a picture of us there, and it gave me a big smile, and I said, right, there's my hope. Hope is put on the hat. We have a little inside joke here with that hat, so I knew it'd get a laugh.
That's really sweet. I love stuff like that, you know. I just love old school love. I love it. We're very blessed with our awesome partners, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know what? They're bloody blessed to have us and all, you know?
Yep. You bet your ass. Bet your ass. Because they'll have to put up with somebody else's shit if they want to.
Absolutely.
That's right. My shit's a lot sweeter.
That's right. That's right.
I can't say that. I am a knob. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's funny, when I first got with the fella, he doesn't like mugs, you know, like mugs. And obviously, because he's a dad, he gets mugs for Father's Day and so on and so on. And
Does he
They-
prefer
when we-
teacups?
he just doesn't. Yeah, he's just, you know, as a present. I think I should have said that, shouldn't I? As a present, he's like, don't get me any mugs. And just to annoy the shit out of him, when I first got with him, I thought, oh no, I've seen the perfect mug and he has to have it. And before he opened it, I said, I know you don't do mugs as presents, but this is right up your street and you've got to have it. Well, he opened it and it's got on it, you're a knob, but you're my knob. And he went, okay, I'll have that. I'll have that.
Mm.
I said it was just very apt. It was just because we call each other knobheads,
Mm.
and he don't do mugs. And I thought, well, he's got just to remind him, you know,
Mhm.
Mhm.
bit of a random crazy story, but there you go. But it's okay, isn't it? It's okay, you know. It's just it's nice to have that crack with somebody that you love and your partner, you know, your spa.
You know, and you know, it's like the ups and downs, right? It's like if we could help each other work with the downs, yeah, like how to handle it, how to let it go, and knowing that it's temporary. Yeah, like in the moment, it matters is to remember that. And the only reason we go through that is so that it's better on the other end. It's like there's a lesson in all of it. And it's the more what we do is it seems like our structure is to choose to hang on to that because we get in that pattern, we get in that loop, and we can't get out of it. It's just tools to get out of it. And it's, you know, it's like like relationships. If they don't go down, they can't go up.
It's true.
And when they go up, they're going to go down.
Yeah. I think you do, don't you? Always relearn. You're always learning about each other. I don't think that ever stops because you're always changing. You're always growing, you know. And sometimes I think one thing that I've learned many things these last few days, but you're not going to be the same person you were. Like he mentioned something this morning that I didn't even think about. He said, look, T, we're not bloody 20-something young bucks anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have changed physically, we have changed emotionally, we have changed all of it, you know. And it's, I suppose, in a way, yeah, I feel a bit excited about hopefully getting to know him all over again. And I think
it's like-
that's lovely when it's someone that you've been with for so long that you can still have that connection and kinship with. It means the world to me because, like I shared with you, he's a beautiful soul, you know. He's not done anything wrong to me. He just is who he is. We've just had shit. That's it. And it happens, doesn't it? You know? And sometimes, you know, with the best will in the world, you get people like your friends and things, and they're like, oh, excuse my French, fuck him off. And it's like, it's not about that. It's not about any of those things. It's just trying to understand that, you know what? Shit happens. And it doesn't make him a bad person, and it doesn't make me a bad person. I know myself well enough, because I've had abuse, etc. I wouldn't tolerate that crap again, and neither would he. So we don't have to put up with abuse. But that isn't what's happening here. It's just stuff, you know, and we both want to try. So there's got to be something in that, you know. The love must still be there. The wanting to still be there for each other is definitely something to work on, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think we would have just thrown the towel in if that was the case. We don't need to. We're too long in the tooth for all that crap now. You know what I mean? It's like if it's not right, it's not working, off we go, you know. But we've checked in with each other and it isn't what we want. So it's like, well, what we're going to do here then, because we can't carry on like this. It will destroy us, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited. My little man, well, he's not little actually, he's 6'2", he's huge, but hey ho, he's me dude. And he's worth it.
It's your
And
knob.
so, he's
Yeah.
my
He's
knob.
my knob.
He's my knobhead. Now, if you'd have asked me that a couple of days ago, I'd be like, he's a fucking knobhead. He's a fucking knob. And now today it's nice and light.
Refreshingly new. And it's, you think it's like, my kids are 14 turning 15, and it's like they're becoming independent, and it's like that is a whole different structure, and then they'll be leaving the house, and then it's like 15, 16, 18, 19, 20 years. It's like, now it's us again. And it's like, whoa, what about that?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's exactly what's happened, Jess. Yeah, exactly that. His daughter, she's 25 and just recently married. My daughter's coming up for 19. She's left the coop. And you're spot on. It's like, okay, what do we do now?
We're not the same? What do you mean? I didn't change.
You are so right. It is weird. Because you do. I mean, God, there was times, we love our kids, of course we do, but we were like, I wish they'd just fuck off. Just fuck off. And then when they do, you're like, I don't know what to do with myself. Do you know what I mean? You're like, what happened? How? Why am I missing the little knobs? You know what I mean? They're little knobs. My fella's a big knob. But, it's like, oh my God, like you said, what happened? They're grown up now and out in the world, and I know we're going to be needed, of course, but it's the weirdest thing. You're like, oh, so it's just me and you again now. Yeah.
Here's a mug.
Yeah. I just tell it to their faces. They're just knobs anyway. They call me a knob and they're knobs. We're all knobs. Even the cats are knobs. That'll be the word for the day, that. I should have said that, shouldn't I? Knob. Knob is my word.
Hopeful knobs.
Yeah. We're knobs.
I do, man.
Mancunian knobheads.
You made me laugh. Thank you. Just so much laughter in that. And I just love your accent. Yeah. I just love it. Nikki, yours too. It's just like, I don't know what man. It it's from what gotta be from way back, it's just like, there's just a attraction, a draw to it. And it's like, just so much fun.
Thank you. I just forget sometimes because I'm so real. And I'm so used to talking to the people that know me, and they just know that I'm just F and Jeff, and I'm like, meh. Because why try and struggle for words when there's very adequate words to use? It might not be to everybody's liking. And then I forget when I'm meeting someone new, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, and I'm like, oh
yeah.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, not
I love,
sorry.
I love how
what
you can
mean?
take 10 words and make them into one.
Yes.
Like,
Why
do you know
struggle,
what I
Craig?
mean becomes
Yes.
Jomeen.
Yes, you know what I mean. Dead right. You got that right. You know what I mean? Just that, I forget that's a manky thing, innit? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh dear, I love it. But yeah, you're right. Oh, I'm gonna
so that's my word
now,
for today.
Eh?
That's come up. That's my word that's come up for today.
What's that?
It's the word is release.
Ah.
Yeah, I felt that over and over and over again this morning in this session. So it's it's a good word.
I like it.
Release, yeah.
I'm not laughing at you, by the way. I'm just reading some of these comments.
Yeah,
Proper landed myself in it, haven't I? You see, there's another one. Proper. Proper landed myself in it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't mean to cause offence. I do apologise. I'll try and rein myself in a bit.
It's when you realize that most of the patterns you've spent a lifetime creating aren't effective anymore. In fact, they're goddamn useless.
Here, have a mug. A mug will make it all right, Craig. It'll make it all right.
Yep.
Oh, just being one. That's probably why we're all in this mess. Being mugs. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Aye.
Yeah. And celebrate that we always have every day, every minute's an opportunity to create a new pattern to live in.
And that we're getting there together.
Yeah.
Not alone. It's like, oh, so much time alone. Even though I was with people, even though I was married, even the families, even, it's like support. It's like, no, I was still alone.
Yeah, I hear you there. That's it, innit? I think some people, unless you've been there, struggle with what you mean when you can say you can be surrounded by people and still feel alone or lonely. And I get that.
Yeah, it wasn't them, it's mine. It was mine, it was my fear of engaging. It's like not knowing how to be, or better yet, how I thought I needed to be.
And how's that going now?
Well, I'm not alone. There's just a lot of others that are, and when we all get there, then we can finally step into what's new. Because I was there, I just couldn't go any farther.
Yeah, I hear you there.
And that's the exciting part between here and there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that tiny crack in the armor.
Takes a lot of courage, doesn't it? A lot of courage. But it's doable. We're all living proof.
Yeah. And only those that go through it know how it is and difficult and the work that it takes, and those that haven't yet, don't yet.
I think that's it. You spot on in that for me to learn conditioning of feeling alone or afraid to reach out or ask because everything is always taken the wrong way or misconstrued, and then that in turn puts you back and you're afraid to reach out, you're afraid to speak out. And so it is a skill that you have to relearn. And in all fairness, bloody hell, I'm 51 this year, for goodness sake. But in all fairness, I've only recently, realised that, it's okay to reach out and ask. It took a lot of, I felt very strange reaching out to Joe and asking him. It's not what I would have done normally. I'd have just puddled through. But at the same time, it was like, well, I've gone off my train of thought, but it was like, I think where I was going with it was the learning that, that was it. Like when you do finally reach out, not to let you let that frighten you into going back to how you was because of your own battles, maybe. What's the word I'm looking for? What am I trying to find? You know, that kind of, when you finally do reach out, it's to be there and not think, oh, you've bothered someone or you've mithered someone, or
Mhm.
it's relearning what I've been used to all my life. It's that trusting. It's, yeah, there you go. Trusting the people that you're reaching out to.
Mm.
And yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense here, but yeah.
Craig was talking about that earlier. It's like,
Okay.
and yeah.
It's learning to
it-
trust again, isn't it? That, yeah, you know, people are going to still pull the rug and that it's making friends with that, but that kind of trusting that there are people that are sincere and they genuinely are who they say they are. And, you know, just that alone sometimes makes a huge difference. Yeah.
It's about pulling the
Yeah, and
genius out.
trusting yourself too.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
been a big one for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Agreed. And it's nice actually to be talking to people yourselves that get that, because I don't get many people that understand that. I've not got the people around me that can put themselves in that situation because they've not been there. And
Yeah.
that's not taking anything away from them. It's just they couldn't possibly begin to understand where I'm coming from, because even though they mean well by saying, well, you know, that was that and this is now, and it's like, no, yeah. So to be able to share this with you guys that you've been there, so you know, I don't have to fill those blanks in or explain, because you know where I'm coming from, and that makes a huge difference sometimes, I think. Finding people
that
get
trust creates an opportunity for an open relationship.
Mm. Because that was it with the people around me. They were like, but but you've got friends, you're popular, you're this, you're that. How can you say you still feel alone or unheard or misunderstood? What do you mean? What you're talking about? And I think that in itself, with the best will in the world, can do a lot of damage. So it's just, I suppose, maybe it is finding the right people that have been through it and understand, so that you can nurture one another. I don't know if that's the right thing, but yeah.
It seems to work pretty well here.
Yeah, I'm liking
it happens.
I'm liking it, because then you can kind of have a bit of a brainstorm with one another. Then, can't you? Can have a brain dump and just something will come out of this, or that you can think, right, so I'm not alone, and I'm not talking in a foreign tongue. People are understanding me. It's just finding the right people, maybe. I don't know. That's certainly what's helping for me.
Yeah, you can sift the gifts out of it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think. There's no judgment. There's no judging. There's no right, wrong. There's just whatever's there, whatever the truth is, and it's allowed equally. Like, gratitude to Craig for bringing that in. It's like we invite people here to be equal.
Mm.
Equal in what? Oh, equally geniuses, greatness, and gifts. That's what we're equal in. We're all equal in that with our heartbeats, huh, Nikki? And it's like, well, how do I know I'm doing that? Like, how would I know that I'm doing that, being equal, being genius, and that's all the way around? It's like, oh, when I say yes, and what's next? That's the closest gauge I got to being that. no matter if I disagree 100%, no matter if you're whoever's off the rails, it's like, oh, yes, and.
Mm. Yeah. That's nice.
Because I find the yes acknowledges what they say. And then I can offer something completely opposite on the other side, and they're going to be open to hear it just as I am.
That's exactly it, isn't it? That's it. It's the fear of being able to share
That's right.
what you really think, what you believe, without the ridicule, without the judgments, without the, just seeing it for what it is, like you said, you don't have to agree with somebody. It's not about right or wrong. It's just, I think everybody just wants to feel heard, don't they? That's
Yeah.
it.
It's not about agreeing either.
Yeah, you
Or
can
not.
agree to disagree. I've got a couple of friends that,
It's not
If
even,
you-
not even that. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
even agreeing and disagreeing don't have anything to do with it.
it'd be boring if we was all the same, wouldn't it?
Right, right. Yeah. If we were the same
Yes.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I've
what I'm not happy with is that people are conditioned to say no.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
conditioned to say no, and that's like, ugh. There's nothing in the no. Like there's no movement.
Mm.
It's the worst thing. Oh, it just makes my skin crawl.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I meant by open relationships.
Mm.
And it's the silent no. It's when people think they're saying yes and they're not. I mean, I'll take a no and this. I'll take that all day long. But just a no and leaving it. It's like, why am I even wasting my time with you?
Mm.
I got a partner that way.
Mm.
Where there's an and, there's hope.
There you go.
Yeah, I like that. You guys give me warm fuzzies. It's very nice.
Truth. I think it's truth.
Yeah. And that's what's needed, being able to speak your truth, and not be afraid is, it's, yeah.
It's working well for me. Yeah.
I think that's been my battle, is because I'm starting to stand in my truth and speak up where I wouldn't. I mean, as I say, I'm not shy of confrontation, and if I'm backed in a corner, I will come out fighting. But as a rule of thumb, I don't like conflict. I don't go looking for trouble. I try and help people where I can, but at the same time, unfortunately, I have been and am, maybe to a degree, a people pleaser still. And I still say yes when I mean no and things like that, and I'm finding my voice and things. But
Pattern.
yeah, but it's
You're not a people pleaser.
I have been.
You're entertaining a people pleaser pattern.
Maybe
It's not you. The pattern isn't you.
that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to learn all about that, but yeah, I'm with you guys. It's about kind of cutting myself free and
There's
being.
power in open.
Yeah.
That's the power of open. Or the power in the and.
Yeah, and because if it isn't an and, it's an or, it's a but, or a can't.
or maybe I'm learning that it's okay to stand up for myself then in a more proactive, stronger way, maybe.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes, and this is what I want. That's power. Yes,
Yeah.
and here's what I want. Because once it's out there,
mm,
people can choose to go with you or not.
Yeah.
That's their choice. And it's so much better when we can say that, yes, and this is what I want. Boom. And it's like people will stand back and they're like, oh, that sounds a lot better than what I have for the most part. Or they say, no, I don't want anything to do with that. And they go do their own thing. And it's like, great, I don't have to waste my time with you anymore.
mm, I like.
Better yet, you or stop wasting my time, because I'm going to be
Yes.
here all the time, right? I'm still going to be doing me.
Yeah. And that's it. It's my issue because I've wasted my own time with a lot of things that people and things that have not really been very deserving of that time, you know. So yeah.
Quite amazing what we can do. Meeting you for the second time, yeah. And just being in that structure of awareness of equal geniuses, yes, and I don't even know what you look like.
A knob.
Yeah, and but it's like what's possible when like when we meet people and we work with people. It's like, I just love it.
Oh, thank you. That's sweet.
This fascinates me too, Tina,
Thank you. Thank you
because
very
you're
much.
like, this is only your second time here,
Yes,
and
today.
you're a markedly different person than you were last time.
Oh,
That never ceases to amaze me.
I'm full of
What-
surprises, Chuck. Believe
what
me, you
this
never know
space
which
does.
one you're gonna get.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But
But
I'll always try to be me.
that we're in here is magical. Really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been attending long? Has this been a long? I don't know what I've missed. As I say, I've only heard bits through Joe, so I don't know.
Yeah.
How
When
it all came
was it
to
the
me.
11th of November? I think it was the 11th November that
Right. What
that
last
Jesse
year?
opened these up and started doing them every day.
Ah.
Something like that. 7th of November.
Oh, so, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Just because. Yeah.
Yeah.
You came in the perfect timing, Tina.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you. Well, as I say, it was just fluke, really. Well, was it? Reaching
No.
out to Joe, and exactly. And he mentioned, this that he jumped in on, and he reckoned that I'd benefit from it, and even just sitting and listening, he said you don't have to partake, you don't have to say or do anything, but you can gain, and he's right. I kind of, like you've mentioned, this is just my second time, but already feel like, wow, it's exactly that. It's just wow. It's nice, even if I don't say anything at all, just sitting and listening, I can take so much.
But you're a fast
I like
learner.
that. Eh?
You're a fast learner.
Oh, I love learning. Me, I love
Yeah,
learning.
but you're fast. You're fast in learning. That's. I think that brings everything to understand.
Hmm. Well, you guys have.
That's the openness again. That's the open.
Yeah.
It's safe to be aware.
Well, thank you for making me feel like a VIP.
You are. That's the thing. You are very important.
Equal.
Yeah, all of us are.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
He
You
means
guys are
you're
all
very
stars
important.
to me. Feels quite nice. And I'm
Together,
going
don't
to.
we?
Oh. I'm going to bask in the glory of it all, and I shall share it back out.
Joe Mean.
You know what I mean? Shall I do it in a proper manky voice, like, yeah, bit like Noel Gallagher, yeah, you're right, you know what I mean? Yo, yo, talk like you got a blocked up nose.
Well, it all started from being alone. So I'd done 2.5 years of meditations alone, and it was slow and boring, and I got pissed off and frustrated with it. Said, what can I do? And it's like, well, maybe people will join me.
That's a nice gift to share.
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
velocity. Whoa, holy man. When we work together,
Oh.
it's amazing. Amazing.
Is this the only thing you share, or is there other things that you do, or
This is kind of leaked out into everything.
yeah.
Pretty much everything I do is
oh,
all affected by this group.
This starts my day, and but I'd say because I did this, I found my passion.
yeah, that makes
And
sense.
it's
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it is part of this, like this is one leg of it, but I'm CEO, business owner, I run businesses in the oil and gas, but it was like this structured it, this creative tension with people, the inner circle, if you will, that helped me think through process and really get my day started.
Oh, that's really cool.
We call it the creative structure. Just we're in creative structure. We're creating together, and it's like, oh, here's my passion, and people are like, oh, that's mine, or it connects to this point, and only this amount overlaps, and it's like, poof, there we go, and it's like now we're in it together, going for what we want.
Yeah, we invent it as we go.
Yeah, freestyle. I like that.
Freestyle with the structure is what's the word we bring in, which I say that's our truth. So we always start the day with our truth for the day, and then allow that to just overflow to the rest of it. And we do it every day. So rather than sessions or coaching programs, that meet once a week, we have 49 sessions before the next one.
It's nice to learn all this. Yeah, because obviously this is number 2, so I didn't know entirely what this was about. But yeah, I like that.
Well, good. I'm glad I got your approval.
You're very welcome. Well, it makes sense now. You've put that out there, as I say, the word of the day, and then it kind of goes from there. That makes sense now. Whereas before, I was like, I wasn't really sure what was happening, or what was going on, or what I should or shouldn't do, or when I should and shouldn't speak. So now you've just shared that. It's like, okay, right, I've got you now.
Yeah, it took us 30 days to figure that out.
Oh, I'm a proper cheat then, aren't I? You guys are, like you said, well established, and I'm just like, here I am.
You get the gift of the shortcut, yes.
I do. Sorry, guys.
I get the lessons.
We're not sorry.
I get the lessons. I got the lessons, and it was those were the lessons.
Yeah.
We all get the benefit.
Yeah, definitely. I will agree with that. As I say, definitely agree.
The value. Oh, wow. Sharing in the value.
Oh man, I wish I had a bagel with cream cheese this morning. Craig, sounds
Did
like
you
you're
not get
eating,
one?
and it's like that was. Well, I got a bagel. I just don't have cream cheese, so it's like I got
Ah,
it. Yeah.
Oh, darn. I got some in
And
the fridge.
I've been jonesing for it. Yeah, it's like send it my way.
and I've got a mug.
I got my coffee. I can't go without that. Hmm.
Oh, now you got me thinking, oh, bagel, cream cheese. Mm.
Locks. Mm.
I'm going through a phase at the moment where, I'm sure we've all had it. When you're normally an okay cook, and then you have moments where you're not. Like, especially when your head's not in the game, and you're just looking at these burnt offerings and thinking, oh, but I'll eat it anyway because I'm hungry. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think I had what was supposed to have been scrambled egg and mushrooms this morning, but the fella was just looking at it like, excuse my French, what the fuck? And I'm like, look, I'm going to eat it, right? Because I'm really hungry, and shut it. But yeah, that. So bagel and cream cheese, but as long as someone else is doing it for me, I'll be all right. I'm sure it'll pass, but really, I'm just failing at the moment with cooking.
Yeah, you get hungry enough, you'll eat it, right?
That's it.
Or go
you're
make
dead
your own.
right.
It's your choice, buddy.
Exactly. It's like, do you know what? It's not as burnt as normal. It'll be fine. It'll fill a hole.
Make a turd.
So yeah, definitely don't be coming here for cooking at the moment. It's not happening. I just swearing a lot at the cooker, that's all. Yeah. And it's that bad. The fella's actually cleaning it as we speak, the cooker.
Yeah, that's something to be grateful for. That's the worst. Cook and clean up.
Oh, do you know he's amazing? He's got OCD, and it's not good, but it is because he loves cleaning. That's his thing, and it's like I just let him get on with it.
Yeah.
Fine. It's like as long as you're not over
Here, let
my
me spray
shoulder.
that for you.
Exactly. It's like you crack on, my friend. I'll make you cups of tea, whatever. If you want your ready in the oven, you go for it. He's happy enough. It's his thing. He loves hoovering. Hoovering's his thing. Oh my goodness, tell you. Bless him.
What's the queen of yoga doing today?
Putting wonderful signs up on the chat.
Oh yeah, I got to see them. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. We don't heal in isolation, but in community.
Mm.
S. Kelly Harrell. Thank you, Nikki. Beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a profound one if you've had a near-death experience.
Yeah.
Because once you haven't had a near-death experience, you're not afraid of death anymore.
No.
Because you've been there and you got the T-shirt. So what ends up happening is you have more of a fear to live that comes out of that experience. To live fully.
And also as well, I took from that, you can be alive but still feel like you're dead inside.
Yeah. Yeah, there's many facets to death as there are to life as well.
Mm. And that's it. I mean, it's no good kind of being on your deathbed, for want of a better word, and then looking back and thinking, oh my goodness, you know, I should have, would have, could have, because it's too bloody late then, you know. And that's always been my biggest fear. It's like, well, do you know what? I want, when my time comes, I do want to be able to look back and think, well, you know what? I gave it a go and I enjoyed, and I came and I saw and I conquered, or whatever, you know, not to come here and be doom and gloom. And you know, there's got to be more to life than doom and gloom and depression and crap. And you know, and that's it. Like you said, we can all help one another, and you know, go and get those memories and things like that. And we should be living, we should be alive, we should feel alive. You know, we don't need permission for that.
That's it.
You notice how you said when the time comes,
Oh yeah,
but what about doing that right now?
exactly. And that's what I'm struggling.
You
I think
know,
we're probably
consider
all
that
fighting
now.
for that, aren't we?
And you don't have to
Exactly.
wait.
Yes. And that, you see, and that's been my rock and hard place, because I'm aware of that, but I'm too afraid to step into that, because it, like you said, it's leaving people behind, or it's leaving patterns behind, or it's raining on somebody's parade, or you know, it's a strange one.
Yeah, it's the threat of leaving behind something that you've developed an attachment to.
Mm.
It's just a resistance.
I'm always kind of one of them people anyway, feel the fear and do it anyway. It's just the people around me seem to struggle with that, you know, because it's that kind of, to them, they've said that I make it look easy, and it's not easy. As you all know yourself, it's really, really hard to live that way, you know, just throw caution to the wind. But I think when you've been so used to having a life where that's all you've known, you kind of take it for granted. And then when you meet other people that don't get that, I felt like I've kind of pulled myself back. That's where, I mean, I don't even know what I'm saying, but it's kind of all interlinked with what's happening at the moment. It's that kind of, I've stopped myself from doing what I already know works, you know, because of it threatens other people, or it makes them have to look at themselves, or I don't know. It's kind
No,
of
you
that
do know.
kind of,
You do know. You
Yeah.
you actually saying it. You actually do know, and that's where the trust comes into it now. You
Yeah.
actually do know, because you're actually speaking straight out from your heart. You do know. It's just your mind is taking over. And this is where you get to speak what you need to speak, because it's not about offending anybody anymore. It's not about, you know, thinking about you get it easy and they're not getting it easy, or why you have that and they don't have that, because we all struggle. So when you see the struggle for what it is, you can give compassion to it. You don't need to analyze it anymore, because it's your actual perception of what you're thinking. Because basic people are actually looking for you. They're longing to see it through you. And if they don't see it, who else is going to show them? So it's for you to show up for you. And when you show up for you, then others can see it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get back into that again. Definitely. That's my aim anyway.
No excuses, you know, you don't need any more excuses. There's no excuses. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
You
There's
shine
no
your
pressure to
light.
get it right either.
There's no pressure either. Yeah. Because people are going to take you up the wrong way. I mean, that's going to happen, you know, sometimes, because it is a reflection. It is a reflection. Everything's a reflection of yourself in others. When you see yourself in others, then you can have compassion. It's just a reflection. And that's when you can really go into your heart and not go into a hard shell and go, oh, I've got to protect myself here. You know, I'm gonna prove myself or be right or get my say. It's almost like, oh yeah, okay. It's like really surrendering to it. Go, okay, what else can you tell me? What else do I need to know? You know, because it's basically answers. It's just the answers to that, you know. Because pleasing people are not going to work out. That's not going to happen, you know. Because I know about pleasing people. It's not about pleasing people.
No, I've definitely learned that one. Or I'm learning it, relearning it again, because I kind of fell back into that role again.
Yeah, it's pleasing yourself.
I didn't realise, but yeah.
It's pleasing yourself.
Yeah, that's a bottomless pit, that one.
Oh yeah, I agree there, Craig. Yeah, yeah. It's something that you do. I think maybe sometimes you do have to keep coming back. That's what we were saying before, wasn't it? Getting back to roots and getting back to the basics. Sometimes through no fault of your own or anybody else's, you just lose track of your aims or your goals or whatever and get waylaid, and then you think, oh, I'm back here again, and then you're like, oh, hold on a minute, I know what I need to do, I know what I should be doing. You've just lost sight of it because other shit was going on, you know. You didn't realize because everything, like time is going so quickly as well, you're losing all track of bloody time and what's going on, you know.
Time to create a new pattern.
Absolutely. Always. I love reinventing myself constantly. You know, I like that. I like learning. I love learning. I always have. Learning all sorts, anything and everything, even useless stuff. I'm full of it.
That's it. Yeah. I think when you stop learning, yeah, you stop living.
They're one and the same.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Stop learning, stop living. It's true that.
And it takes a lot of courage.
Oh yeah.
It takes a lot of courage to be aware of that.
And that's another thing, I think, when people think you have the courage, some people may feel that you don't have that fear, but you do. I mean, you can still get scared. We're still people, we're still humans at the end of the day. You do get scared. But it's like you said, you know, do you work through that and get to where you want to be? And I think sometimes as well, I think you do, if you're so used to doing something a certain way, it can seem like a shock to somebody that's not used to doing something a certain way because you take it for granted and it's just second nature. It's like when I shared with you about the work that I do with all the spooky weird stuff. It's like people's faces sometimes when they ask me, and the jaw will drop and they're like, how can you do it? And it's like, I don't think about it. And I suppose that applies to everything, doesn't it, in life? It's if you've been so used to doing something a certain way, you're not thinking about it, becomes unconscious. But then you forget that someone else who maybe hasn't experienced that or been through that, you know, can be like, oh, hold on, you know. Then you've got to try and explain it in layman's terms, and it's a bit tricky. But you still get scared. It's like, I think people just see this person sometimes and it's like, my goodness, do you honestly think that you may see this courageous human, but my goodness, I get scared just the same. We all do, you know. But do you push through it or do you let it eat you up?
We all have in common pain, uncertainty, and work to do.
Always. Yeah, that message on chat is spot on. That's what I was trying to find the words. Courage does not mean you're not afraid. Courage means you're afraid, but you do it anyway. Exactly.
Courage in the pain, courage of the uncertainty, and courage of the work to do, which is the action, the obvious action to take. Yes, and what's next? I
Yeah.
don't know. Perfect, because I don't care about winning anymore because there's no way I'm going to lose.
Yes.
Oh, there's it.
Perfect.
There's it. Oh, that really like, yeah, I got that.
I likes that. That was my attempt at a Cornish accent. I think. I don't know. I don't even know what it was. Whatever.
You grew up watching Corey Street then?
Yeah, not so much now. There's enough drama in my world without watching it as well. Bloody hell. But yeah, my mum's a big fan.
Yeah, I'm Canadian,
Yeah.
so I know about that shit.
Ah, have you got it there? We're blooming Coronation Street every day in this bleeding house. We don't need to watch it on TV as well. Good grief, the world is Coronation Street.
Yeah, the Americans are deprived.
Oh. It's nice to be talking to people in other parts of the world as well. I still can't get my head around that, you know, I'm crazy. You know, the wonderful world of you know, tech. It has its uses and it doesn't, but yeah, it's like, wow, getting my head around, I'm speaking to somebody in Canada and
Yeah. You know, most of
America,
us in
is that
this
right?
space have never met in person.
Met me.
Yeah.
I met Nikki and I have met, but that's about it in this group. Oh, and Ginny. I met Ginny too.
And you met Margie, not Margie. What's her? Is it Margie? Marjo?
Marsha?
What is
Marsha?
Marsha? You met Marsha
Oh yeah,
also.
Marcia.
She was
Yep.
Marsha was in the San Diego too, and you met Linda. Linda.
Linda.
Yeah. Yeah, you met her too. So you met more than one person. You met quite a few.
Yeah, but the majority of people here, we've never met each other in person.
Ah, I'm gonna meet Jessie in person.
Oh.
That's my end result.
And you can all come to me and get your mugs. I'll have a special mug for y'all.
What if I'm
Fella
not a
gets
mug
the knob
person?
mug, right? You can be whatever you want to be.
You're going to get a doorknob. You're going to get a doorknob is what you're going to get.
Yes, knobs.
Doorknob.
Hobnobs. The biscuit. You'll get to be different knobs. But there can only be one knob, and that's my fella.
I gotcha. Yeah, good boundary. Good boundary. I like that boundary.
My fella
The
is me.
stake in the ground. The stake in the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Oh God, that's funny. That's so good.
That's a great way to celebrate us gathering together, breaking through so that we can scatter.
Isn't that true?
So take your word through the day. See it, find it, celebrate it, and say, there it is. Yes, and what's next? Enjoy your Fridays.
Same to you, dude.
Thanks for being here.
And dude.
Thank you.
Till next time.
Yes.
Next time.
Is it Friday
Peace.
already?
No, Friday. Every day.
It's old.
That's going on your mug, Craig. Is it Friday?
Friday. Oh, you're so funny. Yeah, peace out. Beautiful.
Yeah, have a good day, everyone. Nice to meet you
Yeah.
again.
Thanks, Tina.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Craig.
for
Bye,
now.
Nikki.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Big love, everybody.
Bye.